Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Nelson Marquez, and today I want to talk about the importance of challenging yourself to stop consuming sugar and its derivatives for a month. When I talk about sugar, I'm referring to any sweet substance that contains calories, such as regular sugar, honey, agave, high fructose corn syrup, rice syrup, among others. These products are disaccharides. That is, they are composed of two molecules linked together. They are quickly absorbed by the body, and although they present variations in the amount of glucose and fructose, the body's reactions to them are very similar. Glucose raises blood sugar levels, which increases insulin production and can lead to insulin resistance over time. Fructose overloads the liver and also contributes to insulin resistance. Therefore, it is essential to reduce the consumption of these sugars. In addition to sugar, another type of sugar that we need to consider is polysaccharide, also known as starch. We find starch in foods such as bread, potatoes, corn, among others. Although these foods do not contain fructose, they are made up of long chains of glucose molecules, which, when digested, quickly turn into glucose and raise blood sugar levels. Therefore, the effect of these foods on the body is almost identical to that of sugar. Now, let's talk about the immediate and medium-term effects that you may notice when you eliminate sugar from your diet. Initially, you may feel a certain anxiety and even an increase in cravings for sweet foods. This is because your body is used to using sugar and carbohydrates as a source of energy, and by cutting off the supply, the body needs to learn to find new sources of fuel. In the first few days, you may experience fluctuations in blood sugar levels and a feeling of tiredness. However, this is temporary. After 2 or 3 days, your body will begin to adjust and use other sources of energy, such as fat. In this process, your insulin levels will begin to decrease, and this will help regulate the enzymes responsible for burning fat, promoting greater metabolic efficiency. The initial challenge is overcoming withdrawal, as sugar and carbohydrates have an addictive effect similar to that of substances such as cocaine and heroin. These foods activate the brain's reward system, releasing dopamine, which generates a feeling of pleasure. Over time, the brain adapts to this constant stimulation, becoming dependent on the release of dopamine, which explains the intense cravings. This process of addiction is a common characteristic of many substances, and sugar is no different. When we consume sugar in large quantities, it activates the same neural pathways associated with drug addiction, resulting in a feeling of pleasure that, over time, becomes a necessity for well-being. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that is essential for our motivation and feelings of pleasure, helping us to focus on rewards and achieve goals. However, sugar, in its isolated and refined form, has a much more potent and concentrated effect than the natural sugar found in fruits and vegetables. By consuming refined sugar, we are essentially bypassing the body's natural regulatory system, which can lead to insensitivity to the dopamine effect and an increased need for more sugar to achieve the same pleasure. This addiction industry is well known, and, as in advertising campaigns from years ago, companies sell products designed to make us want more, knowing that consumption is driven by this vicious cycle. Some may wonder why some people are able to consume alcohol or sugar in moderation, while others develop addictions. This depends on biological factors, such as the wiring of each person's brain, especially in the areas related to pleasure and motivation. These areas of the brain, such as the midbrain, are responsible for primitive functions such as pleasure and survival, while other higher areas deal with more complex functions such as control and motivation. Therefore, eliminating sugar and its derivatives for a month may be a challenge at first, but the benefits for metabolism, weight control, and mental health are significant. Over time, your body will learn to function in a more balanced way, without relying on glucose spikes for energy. As your body adapts to the lack of sugar and refined carbohydrates, you will begin to see improvements in your health in the long term. It may seem difficult at first, but adapting your metabolism brings benefits that go beyond simple weight control. Your body will become more efficient at burning fat, which over time can help reduce visceral fat, the fat that accumulates around the organs, and improve your lipid profile, reducing triglyceride and bad cholesterol, LDL levels. In addition, insulin, a hormone that is essential for controlling blood sugar, will be produced in a more balanced way, which reduces the risk of type 2 diabetes and metabolic diseases. An additional benefit of reducing sugar is improved brain function. Studies show that a diet high in sugar can negatively affect memory and cognitive function, and is also associated with disorders such as depression and anxiety. By cutting sugar out of your diet, you may experience improved mental clarity and greater emotional stability, since stabilizing glucose and insulin levels helps balance the neurotransmitters involved in mood and emotions. In addition, reducing sugar consumption can improve the quality of your sleep, since fluctuating glucose levels can affect the production of hormones that regulate the sleep cycle. Another important point is gut health. A diet high in sugar can alter your gut microbiome, promoting the growth of unhealthy bacteria. By eliminating sugar, you help restore the balance of your gut flora, which can lead to improvements in digestion, immunity, and even nutrient absorption. Interestingly, the benefits of giving up sugar for a month don't just extend to your body, but also to your relationship with food. Sugar consumption is often driven by emotional and psychological habits, such as the desire for comfort or a stress response. By breaking the cycle, you will have the opportunity to develop a healthier relationship with food, focusing on what truly nourishes your body and promotes well-being. Over time, you will notice that your cravings for sweets and refined carbohydrates decrease considerably. This is because as your body adjusts, the need for dopamine generated by sugar consumption decreases. Your ability to find pleasure in healthy foods like fruits, vegetables, proteins, and good fats will increase, and you'll begin to realize that the feeling of fullness and sustained energy can be much more rewarding than the quick spikes and crashes caused by sugar. Eliminating sugar and its derivatives from your diet can be one of the most powerful steps to improving your overall health, not only in the short term, but especially in the long term. Although the beginning of the process can be challenging, the benefits it brings to your metabolism, mental health, cognitive function, hormonal balance, and emotional well-being are immeasurable. Persisting on this path can lead to a significant change in the way you feel, think, and live. In addition to the physical and mental benefits mentioned, eliminating sugar from your diet can also have a significant impact on your cardiovascular health. Studies show that a diet high in sugar is directly related to an increased risk of heart disease, mainly due to the negative impact on blood pressure, cholesterol levels, and inflammatory processes. By reducing sugar, you help to improve these indicators, promoting the health of your heart and reducing the chances of developing diseases such as hypertension, heart attack, and stroke. Another relevant benefit, especially for those seeking weight loss or weight control, is the reduction of visceral fat. Excess sugar, especially refined carbohydrates, contributes to the accumulation of fat in the abdominal region, which is directly linked to the risk of several metabolic diseases such as insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, and metabolic syndrome. By eliminating or significantly reducing sugar consumption, the body begins to use fat reserves as a primary source of energy, promoting greater fat burning and helping to reduce visceral fat. However, it is worth noting that the body's adaptation process may involve some temporary difficulties, such as feeling tired, headaches, and mood swings. These symptoms are common during the sugar withdrawal period, as the body is adjusting to a new energy source. This initial adaptation period can last from a few days to a week, depending on how much sugar the person consumed previously. During this time, it is important to be patient and understand that these symptoms are temporary. As the body begins to learn to metabolize fats and stabilize glucose levels, you will notice a significant improvement in mood and energy, as well as a feeling of greater control over food cravings. This is because by reducing your sugar intake, you rebalance your brain's reward mechanisms and reduce your dependence on the pleasure spikes associated with consuming refined carbohydrates. In the long term, cutting out sugar can also result in healthier skin and less acne. Sugar, when processed by the body, can increase inflammation, which directly affects skin health, contributing to the appearance of blackheads, pimples, and other dermatological conditions. Reducing your sugar intake can help control this inflammation and promote clearer, healthier skin. In addition, by cutting out sugar, you give yourself the chance to develop new, healthier eating habits, focusing on natural and nutritious foods, such as vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, and healthy fats. These foods not only provide essential nutrients for the body to function, but also provide greater satiety and a lower risk of developing diseases related to excessive consumption of refined sugars. Giving up sugar for a month can be a real transformation for your physical, mental, and emotional health. While the process requires patience and perseverance, the long-term benefits of weight management, improved metabolism, improved mental health, and reduced risk of chronic disease make it well worth the effort. By making this decision, you're not only doing your body a favor, but you're also creating a more balanced, healthy lifestyle with increased energy, stamina, and quality of life. The lower brain centers are responsible for the pleasure we feel from rewarding activities, such as eating sugar or using substances like heroin. This creates a feeling of immediate pleasure that reinforces these behaviors, creating a neural pathway that traps us in addiction. Repeating these actions can alter the structure of neurons, causing us to establish new patterns of brain communication. When this happens, it becomes harder to break free from this vicious cycle. Control over this process comes from the higher brain centers, especially the prefrontal cortex, which has the ability to moderate and regulate these pleasure responses. The more developed these centers are, the better our ability to control impulses and reduce the intensity of the responses. The good news is that the brain has the ability to adapt and reorganize itself through neuroplasticity, and the main driver of this change is physical exercise. Exercise influences almost every aspect of our brain health, including the production of a protein called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. BDNF is essential for the growth, repair, and improvement of neuronal connectivity. It also protects the brain against neuronal shrinkage, a common effect when there is constant stimulation, such as the use of addictive substances, which cause changes in neurons. On the other hand, sugar has a negative effect on BDNF, as it decreases its production and interferes with this process of brain growth and regeneration. Thus, reducing sugar consumption, together with physical exercise, can increase BDNF production and make the brain more resistant to the addictive effects of substances and behaviors. In addition, exercise and fasting also help to improve BDNF production, contributing to mental and physical health. The process of changing addictive habits can be difficult in the first few days, but after some time, the benefits begin to appear. Stabilization of blood glucose levels is one of the first changes noticed, which reduces food cravings and reduces the feeling of hunger. This is because, with fewer fluctuations in glucose levels, the body begins to use fat as a source of energy, facilitating weight loss. In addition, the impact on the brain is significant. People often report improvements in mood, increased mental clarity, and a reduced propensity for depression and anxiety. These effects are largely due to the stabilization of blood sugar levels, as the brain is very sensitive to these changes. When blood sugar levels are stable, the brain has more energy available, which results in improved concentration and overall well-being. In the context of a low-carb diet, the brain may begin to utilize ketones as an alternative source of energy, especially when it becomes insulin resistant and can no longer access all the energy from glucose. This can result in increased energy for both the brain and the body, as well as contributing to metabolic regeneration and repair. Another interesting effect is that by reducing the consumption of processed foods and sugars, the taste buds are reprogrammed, leading to a sharper and healthier perception of flavors. People often notice that simple foods, such as fruits and vegetables, have a more intense and pleasant flavor, and the feeling of satiety becomes more natural and long-lasting. In short, adopting a lifestyle with regular exercise and a more balanced diet, with a reduction in sugar, not only improves brain function and addiction control, but also promotes a re-education of eating habits and a greater appreciation of natural foods, resulting in a healthier and more balanced life. In addition to the immediate benefits for the brain and body, changing to a healthier lifestyle also has long-term impacts. Regular exercise and a balanced diet help reduce the risk of chronic diseases, such as type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and even neurological problems, such as Alzheimer's. This is because the combination of exercise and a nutritious diet improves the health of blood vessels, oxygen flow to the brain, and metabolic function. When blood glucose levels are more stable, the body can maintain a more consistent level of energy throughout the day. This translates into less fatigue, greater energy, and better performance in daily tasks. In addition, reducing fluctuations in insulin levels also helps prevent insulin resistance, a major risk factor for the development of several health conditions, including obesity. The role of neuroplasticity, driven by activities such as exercise, is fundamental in this process. Exercise not only improves the production of BDNF, but also helps to create new neural connections and strengthen existing ones. This makes the brain more resilient to external stressors, in addition to improving our ability to learn, remember, and adapt to new situations. Another important benefit of this lifestyle change is the positive impact on mental health. As mentioned above, exercise helps to reduce levels of stress, anxiety, and depression by promoting the release of neurotransmitters such as serotonin and endorphins, known as the feel-good hormones. This not only improves mood, but also increases feelings of pleasure and satisfaction throughout the day. The body's adaptation to intermittent fasting and burning fat as its primary source of energy also has profound effects on mental health. With fewer fluctuations in insulin and glucose, the brain functions more efficiently, resulting in greater mental clarity, focus, and reduced irritability. For many people, this shift in energy source helps improve overall productivity and cognitive performance. When it comes to food, the reprogramming of taste buds that occurs after cutting back on sugar leads to a new way of thinking about food. People tend to feel more satisfied with natural, whole foods and experience greater satisfaction when eating healthy meals. This can result in a lasting change in the way we relate to food, reducing cravings for processed and overly sweet foods. Over time, these changes create a positive cycle where the body and brain become more efficient, and the person feels more in control of their eating and behavioral choices. This sense of control is essential to breaking addictive habits and establishing new routines that promote long-term health. Therefore, understanding the effects of exercise, a balanced diet, and reducing sugar is not just about losing weight or improving your physical appearance. It is about optimizing the functioning of our brain, improving mental health, preventing disease, and creating a cycle of well-being that impacts all areas of our lives. As we begin to see these benefits more clearly, it becomes easier to stay motivated to continue these healthy habits, even in challenging times. In addition to the physical and mental health benefits, this lifestyle change also has a profound impact on overall quality of life. By adopting healthier habits, such as regular exercise and a balanced diet, people not only improve their health in the short term, but also prepare themselves for healthier, more active aging. The neuroplasticity promoted by continued exercise can help prevent age-related cognitive decline, such as memory loss and difficulty concentrating. Another important aspect is the impact these changes have on our relationship with stress and emotions. By improving brain and hormonal health, exercise and a healthy diet help regulate the body's responses to stress. Cortisol, the stress hormone, is less likely to spike when we have a regular routine of physical activity and a diet that promotes glucose balance. This means that people can deal with challenging situations in a calmer, more rational way, without the immediate urge to turn to food or substances for momentary relief. The ability to make healthier decisions is also strengthened, as the brain, when in a state of greater mental clarity, is better able to evaluate the consequences of actions in a more rational way. This reduces the likelihood of giving into momentary cravings for processed foods or other addictive substances, as there is a greater awareness of the long-term impacts of these choices. In addition, the process of improving physical and mental health can positively influence other aspects of life, such as relationships and professional performance. With more energy, better focus, and a greater sense of well-being, people can become more productive at work, more engaged in their social activities, and better able to connect genuinely with others. This renewed energy and focus can even lead to an increase in self-confidence, as the individual realizes that they are in control of their health and choices. Over time, these healthy habits become part of a person's identity. Exercise is no longer a chore, but a natural part of your daily routine, and healthy eating becomes something you enjoy rather than a chore. This kind of profound transformation is what creates lasting lifestyle changes that are sustainable in the long run. It's also important to note that changing to a healthy lifestyle doesn't have to be extreme or immediate. Small adjustments can make a big difference. Starting with gentle exercise and more conscious control over your diet is a great place to start. The key is consistency. It can take time for your brain and body to adjust, but with patience and persistence, the results are incredibly rewarding. With all these benefits, it is clear that changing to healthier habits is not just a temporary solution for weight loss or physical appearance, but an investment in a healthier, more balanced, and happier future. By adopting a lifestyle that prioritizes exercise, a balanced diet, and reducing sugar intake, people are not only transforming their bodies, but also improving their minds, protecting their brains, and creating a solid foundation for a more fulfilling life. Many people end up finding certain foods too sweet, and although they initially dislike some of these foods, they end up giving in and consuming them. Eventually, when these people start eating sweets again, they start to feel sick and nauseous because the body has already recognized the negative impacts of this type of food. This is a reflection of how the body adapts to a healthier diet, evidenced by clinical indicators. Over the course of a month of lifestyle changes, such as reducing sugar consumption, the health benefits are visible. Blood tests show objective improvements, such as lower blood glucose levels, a decrease in the glycated hemoglobin, A1C, index, and a drop in triglycerides, which are fats in the blood. This occurs even with an increase in healthy fats in the diet, since triglycerides are predominantly influenced by sugar intake. Cholesterol also tends to improve, with an increase in HDL, good cholesterol, and an improvement in the ratio of total cholesterol to HDL, which is an important factor in reducing the risk of heart disease. In addition, studies show that LDL bad cholesterol can show a reduction in small oxidative particles, which are the most harmful to the body. When these indicators are moving in the right direction, it is a sign of reduced inflammation in the body. Other benefits include lower blood pressure, which also contributes to a reduced risk of cardiovascular disease, stroke, dementia, and even cancer. When it comes to type 2 diabetes, research shows that stopping sugar consumption can lead to a rapid reversal of the condition, significantly reducing the risk of complications such as kidney failure and hypertension. Eliminating sugar from the diet also improves the immune system, which helps protect the body against disease. In the context of the COVID-19 pandemic, it was observed that individuals with metabolic syndrome, insulin resistance, and low-grade inflammation had a much higher mortality rate than those without these conditions. The mortality rate for people with these risk factors was around 20%, while for individuals without these conditions the rate was less than 0.1%. This demonstrates how controlling metabolic conditions can drastically reduce risks during public health crises, such as a pandemic. In addition, the pandemic has also had a significant impact on people's mental health, increasing cases of anxiety and depression. Approximately 40% of the global population was affected by mental health issues, compared to 30% before the pandemic. Physical inactivity and social isolation contribute to this situation, making individuals more susceptible to binge eating, with many seeking comfort in sugary foods. This cycle of stress, anxiety, inactivity, and excessive sugar consumption weakens the immune system, creating a vicious cycle where mental and physical health deteriorate. Sugar, in particular, has a negative effect on the brain, reducing the production of neurotrophic factors that are essential for brain health and stress regulation. However, the good news is that we can change this. By understanding how these processes work, we can create a goal to improve our health and motivation. Eliminating sugar for 30 days can be the first step toward restoring your physical and mental health. And if you need a little extra motivation, consider the financial impact. Many people spend a large portion of their money on medical care, which could be reduced by eating healthier. Reducing your sugar intake can have significant health impacts, and in the long run, it can not only benefit your body, but also reduce your medical costs. Sugar is a major contributor to chronic conditions like obesity, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease, which can lead to significant medical bills. By cutting sugar out of your diet, many of these conditions can be prevented or even reversed, leading to a reduced need for ongoing medical care. Additionally, cutting out sugar has a positive effect on brain function. By reducing your intake of foods high in refined sugars, your brain becomes more efficient at producing essential neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which are directly linked to mood and well-being. This change in diet can help reduce anxiety and depression levels, promoting an overall feeling of happiness and emotional balance. With improved physical and mental health, energy and disposition increase, which makes it easier to adopt healthy habits such as regular physical activity. Physical exercise, in turn, further improves cardiovascular health, increases muscle strength, and contributes to mental health, reducing stress and improving sleep quality. This positive health cycle, which begins with reducing sugar, creates a cascade effect that transforms a person's life, promoting longevity and quality of life. It is also worth mentioning that intestinal health is strongly impacted by diet. A diet rich in sugar can destabilize the intestinal microbiota, favoring the growth of harmful bacteria and resulting in inflammation. Reducing sugar helps to balance the intestinal flora, which not only improves digestion and nutrient absorption, but also strengthens the immune system, since a large part of the body's defense cells are located in the intestine. Finally, it is important to remember that changing to a diet with less sugar does not have to be radical or immediate. Starting with small changes, such as replacing soda with water or unsweetened tea, opting for fresh fruit instead of processed sweets, and incorporating more natural foods into your diet can already bring considerable benefits. The goal is to create sustainable habits that fit into your lifestyle and bring lasting results. In short, by cutting out sugar, we are not only improving our physical health, but also promoting a clearer mind, greater resilience to stress, and a stronger immune system. In addition, we are avoiding the high costs of long-term medical treatments and potentially preventing serious illnesses, which leads to a better quality of life. If you are ready to take this step, remember that the results start to show quickly, and each small victory will be a reflection of your commitment to a healthier future. As you adopt a healthier lifestyle with less sugar and more natural foods, the benefits will become more and more evident. Weight loss, reduced body fat, and improved body composition are just a few of the visible changes you may experience over time. In addition, mental and emotional health tends to improve, as sugar can act as a trigger for hormonal imbalances and mood swings, increasing anxiety and depression. By cutting back on processed foods and refined sugars, you will begin to notice a sense of greater mental clarity and greater emotional control. Cutting back on sugar can also have a positive impact on your skin. Many skin conditions, such as acne, rosacea, and premature aging, are directly linked to inflammation caused by high-sugar diets. Cutting out sugar can help reduce this inflammation, giving you healthier, more youthful-looking skin. Additionally, excess sugar can aggravate conditions such as insulin resistance, which can have noticeable effects on skin health. And by cutting back on your sugar intake, you can reduce these effects. From a physiological standpoint, the benefits of cutting out sugar don't stop there. Excessive sugar can contribute to the development of chronic diseases such as cancer, because it feeds tumor cells and promotes inflammation in the body. By cutting out sugar, you are therefore taking a preventative approach to reducing the risks associated with these conditions. Additionally, studies show that low-sugar diets help improve liver function by reducing fat in the liver and thus preventing problems such as hepatic steatosis, fatty liver, which can lead to more serious diseases such as cirrhosis and liver cancer. Another important aspect is the impact of sugar on appetite regulation. Diets high in sugar tend to increase insulin levels, which can lead to spikes and crashes in energy and increased appetite. This cycle of hunger and fullness can make it harder to control your weight and make healthy food choices. When you cut back on sugar, insulin production stabilizes and your appetite tends to regulate itself more effectively, making it easier to maintain a healthy weight. Regular physical activity also becomes easier as you adopt a diet low in sugar. With more energy, you are more likely to feel motivated to exercise, which not only improves your cardiovascular and muscular health, but also contributes to your overall well-being. In addition, exercise helps reduce stress and improve sleep, creating a positive cycle of health and self-care. It is important to note that as you begin this journey to reduce sugar and improve your diet, you may face challenges. Sugar addiction is real and can be difficult to break, but patience and persistence are key. Over time, you'll find that your body will adjust, and your cravings for sweets will diminish. The key is to focus on the long-term benefits: better health, a better quality of life, more energy, and of course, a healthier future. Ultimately, by starting to eliminate sugar and adopt a balanced and nutritious diet, you're investing in your future. Every small change you make today will have a positive impact on your health, both physical and mental, and will allow you to live a fuller, more vital life. It's not about following a restrictive or depriving diet, but about making conscious, healthy choices that will transform your life in a lasting and sustainable way. Along this journey, it's essential to remember that lifestyle changes don't have to be drastic or immediate. Small steps can have a big impact, and over time, these changes will become second nature. For example, you could start by replacing sugary drinks with healthier options, such as water, tea, or fruit-infused water. Additionally, opting for whole, fresh foods over processed foods is an effective way to reduce your sugar intake and increase your intake of essential nutrients. Over time, you may find that your taste for sweet foods changes. As you reduce your sugar intake, your taste buds will adjust and you'll start to enjoy more natural flavors, like fresh fruit. This change can be gradual, but as your body adapts, you'll feel more satisfied with less sweet, more nutritious foods. This will also help you curb your cravings for processed, sugar-laden foods, which are often high in empty calories and low in nutrients. Social support can also be a great ally in this process. Sharing your sugar-cutting goals with friends, family, or even online groups can provide extra encouragement and help you stay motivated. Having a support system can be crucial to navigating challenges that arise along the way, such as craving comfort foods or the temptation to fall back into old eating habits. In many situations, the support of professionals, such as nutritionists or doctors, can also be important. They can provide more specific guidance on how to adjust your diet to your individual needs, ensuring that you're getting all the nutrients you need for optimal health while reducing your sugar intake. Additionally, these professionals can help you monitor your progress by assessing your blood sugar levels, blood pressure, cholesterol, and other health indicators. It's important to recognize that cutting back on sugar can benefit not only your physical and mental health, but your overall well-being as well. With your body functioning more efficiently, you'll feel more alert, motivated, and energized. The mental clarity that comes from a balanced diet can lead to greater productivity at work and in your personal life, allowing you to better focus on your tasks and goals. Additionally, as your body detoxifies from the negative effects of sugar, you'll begin to notice improvements in your sleep. Many people who consume large amounts of sugar experience sleep disturbances, such as insomnia or poor quality sleep. Cutting back on sugar can help regulate your sleep cycle and provide deeper, more restful sleep, which is essential for overall health. Finally, the most important thing to understand is that cutting back on sugar is not a temporary fix, but rather a long-term lifestyle change. Over time, the cumulative benefits become even more evident. By cutting out sugar, you are not only improving your health today, but also creating a healthier future free from chronic disease. This can result in more years of quality life, more energy to enjoy daily activities, and a greater sense of well-being. In short, eliminating sugar from your diet is one of the most powerful steps you can take to improve your physical and mental health. While it may be challenging at first, the results are worth the effort. If you are ready to get started, know that every small change contributes to a big impact, and you are well on your way to a healthier, happier, and more energized life. If you enjoyed this content, you will certainly love the next video. To take effective control over your health and understand how your body really works, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and enable notifications. That way, you will never miss a video that can transform your life. After all, health is the greatest asset you can acquire. Only those who take care of their body consciously have total control over it. Don't put off until tomorrow what can transform your health today. By subscribing and activating notifications, you will have access to exclusive, science-based content that will help you make more informed and effective decisions about your well-being. Remember, your health is a reflection of the choices you make. Let's learn together how to take better care of what really matters. See you in the next video.